Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and I'm here playing Nioh 2. Nioh 1 just didn't jive with me, but Nioh 2 is supposed to be 1,000 times better, so I'm gonna try that. Especially since I have the PS5 version of Nioh 2. Nobody's getting in. Nobody's gaming for doing them. Nobody's gaming for doing them. Nobody's gaming for doing them.
次第に恐れられ、ひどい目に遭ってからは人々を襲い始め、ついには鬼と呼ばれました。そこである若者が鬼に立ち向かいます。若者は黄金色の石をたくさん集め、キラキラと光り輝く不思議な刀を手に入れました。そして誰も倒せなかった鬼をその刀で切りました。鬼を殺した若者はその刀を残し、強く生きるのです。強く。
おお、もうかように大きくなったか。
はい。どのような子が生まれてくるのやら。この未来は限りなく広がっておりますれば。
女子であればお前に似て美しい娘となろうぞ。
まあ目元はあなたに似ると良いですね。私の好きなあなたのその目に。
いやいや、お前にこそ似るとよい。愛しいお前のその目にの。
親としては傷一つなく健やかに育ってほしいものですね。
なーに、戦傷は武士の誉れよ。
伸びた髪を櫛で擦いてあげる日が楽しみです。
わしに似てしまうとその間おとなしくして俺ん子になるやもな。
That hairstyle's fucking outrageous.
ひげの生え方は親子で似るというが、我が子もこんなむさいひげ面になるのかのう。
あら、私は好きですよ、あなたのおひげ。私とあなたの間の子、どのような姿に育つのでしょうね。
案ずるには及ばぬ。どのような姿になろうと愛しい我が子よ。
Thank you, much appreciate you.
強く生きるのです。強く。
Man, that's actually really fucking cool. I gotta look into that. Blub, 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 blub. Oh, snap! Oh, yeah. Thanks for giving it anyway. I didn't know. Yeah. The game straight tells you, you are not required to fight this.
技の終わりにて構えを整え斬新を示せば気力は瞬時に充実す尽きた気を斬新に生み出せば気は強運し常世を打ち払わ守っちゃくれねえ自分で何とかしねえとよしこれで奴らを追い払ってやるよっ
That's funny. Yeah, I was butting my head against the wall with the first game. So I decided to try the second one. It was supposed to be much better. Like I said, I think the pieces were there with Nioh 1, and then with Nioh 2 it all came together, because like I said, Nioh 1 had a really, really troubled development cycle. The miracle it even fucking came out. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, hey. I tell you, I really like the fucking switchblade. Switchglaive.
油断しとり脳天から貫いてやる。
Kind of reminds me of I didn't really fuck with the Tonfa. So far, my favorite weapon types are the Switchglaive and the Kusurigama. I really like the Kusurigama. Oh yeah, you have the yokai abilities in this game. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, they added a lot of stuff to this game on top of everything that was already there. Pretty cool. Fucking archers, man. Finally, fucking bow. Okay. Go for it, man. Here, hold on, let me see exactly what you're saying. YouTube has this dumbass thing, or you ask any longer question, it doesn't all pop up on screen. It's been a thing that me and everybody else has bitched about for years, and they don't seem to fucking fix. Like, the whole point of hopping up on a screen is so you don't have to use your phone to look at it. But if it's like longer than a single sentence, nope, fuck you! I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure how that works. Like, do you mean like total watch time? Because I think, yeah. Then yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. My YouTube is actually doing pretty well. I may only have 386 subs, but I have over 340,000 views. In the grand scheme of YouTube, like in the top YouTubers, that's nothing. But in terms of the actual people who use YouTube, that still actually puts me in like the top 1% of YouTubers. I think like, I checked at my social blade. It fluctuates, but I'm between 8 and 9,000 in America. And I know that sounds shitty, 8 and 9,000, but they're literally counting that out of every single person who uses YouTube in America. So that's like 150 million people. So being in the top 8,000 out of 150 million is still like the top 1%. Yeah, you know. Unfortunately, no. I'm getting there, though. You have to have at least 500 subs to apply. I've got 386, so I'm about 114 away. I'm definitely close. Yeah, trust me, I already have. I don't really have that many friends or family members, honestly, to tell you the truth. Without getting depressing, most of my family's dead. Or gone. My mother and my father are pretty much it. So. And I'm exceptionally close with my parents. But I'll get there. I have faith. And I'm you know, I'm getting there pretty, you know, pretty good, so. Even on a slow month, even on a slower month, I typically average about 10,000 views a month, which is honestly pretty great. And then if I get lucky and I have a video that takes off, I'll have a much bigger month. But still, I'm averaging about 10K a month now, which is crazy because I've been doing this for about 5 years, YouTubing. And the first 2 years, I made 10,000 views total. So it took me 2 years to get 10,000 views total, and now I'm making 10,000 views every month. So, like, I have come far. And everybody, you know, I've had people try to tell me, oh, it's a long shot. Yeah, of course it's a long shot to be a professional YouTuber, but I am literally in the top 1%. I have literally, just to get to where I am now, have beaten 99% of the odds. I've already beaten the odds just to get here. So it's not that much of a stretch to think that I can keep beating them to get further. You think like by this point that people would have faith. Like when I was just starting out, okay, but like now I'm actually doing pretty good. Doing way better than the vast majority of people on YouTube. Yeah, unfortunately. It also going to depend on your connection, and it also depends on YouTube, honestly. Once I make it on YouTube, I definitely will be getting a capture card and a PC and a fancy kit for streaming. Use OBS. Right now, I'm using the default streaming. I don't exactly have a lot of money, so I have to make do with what I've got. I know, like, I have a PS5. Actually, yeah. No, I couldn't do that. Yeah, that is fucking insane. Especially because Ninja Gaiden 2 has so many large groups of enemies. Well, we all have to start somewhere, man. You get better. Oh, shit. There you got me. I mean, I'm not, like, fucking amazing. I'm not like, oh my god, so good. But I do think I am pretty good at these games. And especially the Souls games. That's where I shine, because that's where I have the most practice. Yeah, that is true. For sure. You try button matching in the Souls game, you're done. You can't just mash the button. You have to time your attacks. You have to watch the rhythm. You have to learn how to dodge, when to dodge, what you can dodge, what you can't dodge. And then in Elden Ring, they added more shit, like how many attacks are better if you jump over them. So you have to learn, should I roll through this or should I jump over it? And Sekiro, should I roll, should I jump, or should I deflect? Really? Especially in, Ninja Gaiden 1. You need to learn very quickly. You block or you die. And even then, you can't just fucking hold the button. They'll break your guard. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. It hurts my soul. It was better than the PSP in every single way, except for the library. But that wasn't really the Vita's fault. That's because Sony fucking killed it. Like, it started out really strong in the first year lineup, and if they had kept going with that strength, it would have beaten the PSP or matched it. But they gave up. Yeah, those were insane, and they were super fucking tiny. Thankfully, I have a Vita, and I have it modded to use an SD card. I have the SD card adapter, so I have a Vita with 120 gig SD card. It's awesome. Yeah. And I have my Vita jailbroken. So I basically can play any Vita game, any PSP game, any PS1 game that was on the store. So that's pretty great. I can even play games that were never put on the store, which I think is pretty cool. I also have my 3DS jailbroken, which is also pretty cool. I got like kind of into the homebrew thing, and I basically took a crash course and learned how to do it, and now my fucking, You know what, I really need to find out what the fuck is going on with that. Because you're like the third person who's told me that, and I just don't understand it. My PSN ID is Reese Fire Forger. I literally can check it right now. Like, it is Reese Fire Forger. It has been Reese Fire Forger for like 10 fucking years. And yet, people have difficulty finding it. It's shit. Like, even when I give them the exact spelling, I don't understand. Oh, you know what? I got my shit back. I don't care. I'll just have to add you. That's how I fixed the other people that had a problem with it. I don't understand why it's an issue. Well, it's a dash. Like, it... Underscore, yeah. There you go. That's my bad. And then I lost my souls. Fuck! I also just need to fucking... At a certain point, I need to... redo the FromSoft games. Demon's Souls Remake is calling my name. That was literally the Demon's Souls remake is literally the reason why I bought a PS5. Because like normally I never get a system right when it comes out. You know what I mean? Like I wait. I'm like, oh, it's expensive. Oh, there's not a lot of games. But like as soon as I heard that they were remaking Demon's Souls for PS5, and it was a launch day game, I'm like, oh, fuck, I've got to get this. Because I fucking love Demon Souls. I'll find you, man. Like I said, it's bullshit. I don't know what the problem is. That's great. I mean, that's great, dude. Yeah. You started with the first game. I got into a fight with my friend the other day, because he's like, man, the combat in Demon Souls is clunky. It's like it's an old engine, and I'm like, you shut your whore mouth. I mean, obviously I was gentle about it, but I was still, I'm like, no. I'm like, dude, I fucking love Demon Souls. And I'm like, if you think the combat is clunky, you're using the wrong weapon. Like, I mean, yeah, if you use, like, a great sword or something, it's clunky, but you don't use the fucking Uchi, or the Kilji, which is probably, I'd probably say that's my favorite Demon Souls weapon, is probably the Kilji. And it's not clunky, it's fast. I mean, it's not fucking Bloodborne in speed. Not to mention the fact, Demon Souls has the best fucking level in the entire series. And I will fucking die on that hill. Okay? The Tower of Latria is a fucking masterclass in atmospheric level building and level design. And I mean, it's open for debate. And obviously there's definitely a bunch of levels that, you know, are awesome. Okay? But, you know, pound for pound, I think probably the Tower of Latria is my favorite area in any Souls game. That level is so fucking well done. It looks amazing. It is designed awesome. And it is borderline horror in its execution, man. Seeing the fucking eyes of the gargoyles in the dark, seeing the angel statues, the green flames, the fucking pulsating heart, feeling it in the fucking controller, wading through a swamp of blood, fighting fucking eldritch abominations, fucking Cthulhu, fucking mind flayers. The fucking prison cells where people are begging you to kill them. Fucking dudes screaming on the jail cell, help me! There's a lot of creepy levels in the Souls games, but man, the Tower of Latria was fucking amazing. Actually, it made my friends laugh. I started a thing, you know the Mind Flayers? I said they were Cthulhu's cousin Steve. So I started calling the Mind Flayers Cthulhu Steve. And it ran with it, and my friends call him fucking Cthulhu Steve. Oh look, it's Cthulhu's cousin, Steve. The fucking man-eaters. Oh, Yeah, I get into it all fucking day. The fucking Shrine of Storms, the fucking Reapers, and Shrine of Storms are so fucking cool. Yeah. I mean, they all are. Yeah, people, oh god. They're dumb. I disagree with the people. And especially, like, I remember people made a big deal about, the Stray Demon. Like, oh my god, the new model for the Stray Demon is so bad. Dude, okay? I don't know if you knew this, but did you know that the Stray Demon doesn't even fucking come from a Souls game? FromSoft did a game called Enchanted Arms that had no involvement with the guy who made Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all those, okay? And they reused that model. Okay? So, like, people are, like, complaining about them changing the model. People are complaining about them changing the model because it ruins the tone. Bro, he didn't even get it from that fucking game. It was just something they put in. Like, I can literally send you a screenshot that literally shows the monster, and it's the exact same fucking model. I mean, obviously, it's not like the end of the world, because it's one monster, and it was made by the same team, and they were running low on a budget. Like I said, Demon Souls was made on a shoestring budget, and they had given up on the game. Oh yeah, for sure. You can tell Miyazaki is a diehard Berserk fan. I mean, the Gut Sword, the fucking Erd Tree is basically fucking Yggdrasil. I mean, like, I couldn't even give you the sheer amount of references, dude. We'd be here all day. Like, he's, you know, he is a huge Berserk fan. I mean, even the title of Dark Souls comes from fucking Berserk. Did you know that? Okay, there's a specific line of dialogue in Berserk where he says, and you'll be reduced to nothing. A shell of your former self. Just another drop in an ocean of Dark Souls. Literally, the fucking title of Dark Souls comes from a line from Berserk. But, you know, in all fairness, you know, Miyazaki has never tried to hide it. Yeah, Berserk is fucking insane. Although, like, I get so fucking tired of acting like Berserk endorses rape. Like, I'm so tired of hearing that fucking argument. I had an argument with my friend about that. He's like, doesn't one of the guys in Berserk rape somebody? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, I can't support that. And I'm like, Berserk is not about supporting that. Berserk pretty much shows how fucking horrible rape is. Like, it in no way endorses it. In fact, they spend a shit ton of time. I mean, it basically destroys her life. She becomes a fucking comatose shell. Yeah, exactly. They don't glamorize it. They don't try to make it sexy. They don't try to do anything like that. They portray it exactly like how it is. Fucking horrifying. And it's supposed to be awful. It's supposed to feel awful. It is the moment where Griffith goes off the fucking deep end, where he goes past the point of no return. Like, man, that's disgusting. That's the point. It is supposed to disturb you. He did something truly fucking evil to somebody that he cared about, or was supposed to care about. I guess at the end of the day, the only person he ever really cared about was Guts. Everybody else was just kind of a tool. And, you know, and it's meant to show you exactly why Guts is so fucked up. It's like, because, you know, the first arc of the anime, the manga or whatever, the Black Swordsman arc, he is almost worse than the demons he's fighting. And you're like, how the fuck did he get like this? It shows you why. He was raised... Fucking his mom was, you know, he came out of his mom hanging from a fucking tree. You know, basically immediately getting fucked. As soon as he came into the world, he was brutally assaulted, molested by a fucking dude that was supposed to love him and care for him. He wandered around getting beaten, getting hurt. Then he found a dude who gave him a sense of hope. The Golden Age. He found a dude that gave him a sense of family, where he felt like he belonged. Where he actually felt at peace. I mean, obviously, all the shit happening. Griffith was trying to take power. They were fighting armies. But he had a purpose. He wasn't just fighting to survive. He had a family. And even when the Guts was going to leave, he did it because he wanted to be strong enough to be somebody that Griffith could be proud of. And to see him as a peer. He didn't want to say, well, fuck you, I don't need Griffith. He wanted Griffith to respect him as an equal. So he just wanted to get stronger for him, and he totally planned on coming back, and then his family was killed and murdered, his fucking best friend became a horrible monster that raped his other friend, they were fucking branded by the demon sign, so they're getting chased by demons all fucking night, he lost his arm, he lost his eye, so you totally understand why he is just a fucking empty shell. And then, you know, then to their credit, after the Black Swordsman arc, I think so. It kind of looks like it, yeah. The outfit looks like the outfit he had in the prison. And they're weak and frail. So, I mean, who can say for sure, but it definitely does look like his prisoner outfit when they kept him in the tower. And it's crazy because so many people who don't even know about Berserk, who don't even like Berserk, have felt the effects of Berserk. It was a fucking game changer. It didn't just change manga forever, even though it did. It changed fucking dark fantasy forever. You know, everybody now is talking about like, oh, Game of Thrones. Long before fucking Game of Thrones, Berserk was doing the same shit. Showing a dark, realistic take on fantasy that didn't glamorize medieval warfare. Like, to this day, Berserk is one of the most influential pieces of fiction in the fantasy world. Like, so many tropes, so many swords, so many things come from Berserk. So even if people don't know it, so like I've met people who have never heard of Berserk, and some of their favorite stories are fucking inspired by Berserk. That's when something goes above being a great work of fiction to being a part of our culture. And, you know, some people were really upset that Onichiro Oda is ending One Piece. I mean, it's probably still going to take him a couple more years to end One Piece. Because he's like, this is the final saga, but every fucking saga in One Piece is supposed to be really long. I haven't really gotten into One Piece, so I'm not, like, qualified to talk about it. But I'm still saying, like, people are like, oh my god, he's ending it. Yeah, well, considering all the fucking major manga authors, or mangaku, who are fucking dying, maybe it's for the best that he's finishing it. That way, if anything happens, it's done. You have fucking the creator of fucking Berserk, I have a hard time saying his name, dead, and Akira Toriyama just fucking died, and he just started work on a new Dragon Ball show. So now I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen to the new Dragon Ball show. Although, if I'm honest with you, Dragon Ball has never really been my cup of tea. My friend, well, my former friend, was really into Dragon Ball. I mean, like, he fucking lived his life based off of Goku. Had, like, Dragon Ball pajamas. Like, he literally ate, slept, breathed Dragon Ball. And part of it was, he made me sick of it. Like, every time we would talk, he would bring it up for years. And I mean, that's not Dragon Ball's fault. But I'm saying if you have somebody who literally brought it up at every single conversation ever, and, you know, constantly quoted Goku and all that, you get sick of it too. Just non-stop. Every fucking conversation. Even conversations that had nothing to do with Dragon Ball gets brought into it. Okay? And personally, when I like anime, the animes that I like are darker and more realistic. My favorite anime of all time, it changes, but pretty much my favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy. But yeah, if you had to put a gun in my head, probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Not the shitty original fucking show that just said, hey, we're gonna wing it halfway through. No, they don't. I might try to get into Attack on Titan. I haven't watched a whole lot of Attack on Titan. I've seen an episode here and there. But I've seen some of the plot, and it does seem definitely down my alley. And more darker, more grounded, kind of like the stuff I like. And now that it's finished, I can, you know, watch the whole thing. So I probably will try to get into that sometime. It's hard. It's hard to watch shows. Like, I like shows. It's just like, I'm trying to make this YouTube thing a thing. And it requires me to stream like 8 hours a day. I'm streaming 8 to 10 hours a day. So it's hard to juggle watching shows and shit when you're streaming that much, and then also I help my family. I live with my parents, and they're disabled. I pretty much do all of the physical labor in my house. I walk the dog take the dog to use the bathroom, get the mail, take out the trash, walk to the store to get whatever we need, get the groceries, put the groceries away, help my mom with whatever she needs help with. Sometimes she'll need help getting up. Sometimes she'll need me to go run and get her something. So when you have like 8 to 10 hours of streaming and then you have me helping out all the time around the house, there's only so much of me to go around, and it's hard to fit a bunch of shows into that time slot. Thank you, I appreciate that. So, and, I don't work. I have, get into a little bit of a tangent. I have a fucked up leg and back. And on top of that, I have severe OCD. Like, I have, like, worst case OCD and anxiety. So I'm currently trying to get disability. Which is how I'm able to stream every day. And while I'm trying to get disability, I am, you know, trying to make my dream a reality. So it's like, this is the dream, and then I have the disability as a backup. So I have, you know, trying to have some kind of income coming in, because long fucking story, but nobody wants to hire somebody that can't do physical labor and has mental issues. And you know, when I say mental issues, okay, I don't mean like I'd hurt anybody or I'm violent or something like that. I just mean like I have severe panic attacks and anxiety. And, you know, nobody... Oh, I appreciate that, man. Well, yeah, that is true. I see a lot of people like that. I don't want to be like that. I can't always, but I definitely do my damnedest to try and talk to and interact with everyone who comes in my stream. Sometimes I can't because, like, I'll be in the middle of a fight. I can't pause. But generally speaking, if somebody comes into my stream and they take the time to talk to me, I will acknowledge them and talk back. I don't like it when people don't react to streams. Like, the entire point of streaming is to play and have people come and engage with you. If you're just, you know, at least to me, that's the point. So... I mean, you know, unless somebody's being a dick. If somebody's being a dick, I'm not going to talk to them. I have a zero dickhead policy. I'll just fucking ban somebody. Well, I mean, I'll give them a warning. I don't just ever just ban somebody, but I'm saying I don't sit there, like, and deal with fucking trolls. You either come and you're respectful in my stream and get the fuck out. And they have people who are like, we're the only people watching you. If you kick us out, you'll have nobody. Okay. I'd rather have nobody watching me than a dickhead. Yuzu, Are you? Oh, you're talking about the Switch emulator that got shut down? I think. Yeah. I've got really mixed feelings about that, man. Okay, because Nintendo, I think the way that Nintendo treats emulation and their fans is fucking shit. I think actually, out of all of the major companies, Nintendo treats their fans the fucking worst. And I think that their stance on like older emulation is shit. How proactive they are trying to get it taken down. It's like, bro, you have made no modern way to play these games. Yeah, exactly. You have made no modern way to play these games. And even if I was to go and track down a legitimate copy for $200, it's not going to go to Nintendo. It's going to go to a fucking neckbeard in his mom's basement who scalps games. So either way, you're not seeing a profit. It's like if you hate people emulating your older games so much, make a legal fucking way to play them then. What happened to the Virtual Console? Everybody fucking loved that. And then you take away the way to play classic games and people emulate. It's funny how that works. It's almost like most people would just buy it if you gave them the fucking option. However, where I take exception to that is pretty simple. I can actually understand and kind of agree with Nintendo trying to shut down Switch emulators, especially Yuzu, because Yuzu had its content locked behind a Patreon, which basically meant they were charging people for the emulator. They were making money off of it. And I do think when they did that, they crossed the line. And on top of which, I can defend emulation of older games. Like, I can defend emulation of older games, okay? Because even if you were to buy that game legitimately, like, say you track down the SNES game, and you have to pay a pretty penny to get it. Nintendo is not going to see a cent of that fucking money. So you're going to pay $200, and it's not even going to go to the people who made the game? You're going to pay for a GameCube game, and once again, it's not going to go to the people who made the game. So you're going to break your wallet, and you're not even helping the developers. So when it comes to older emulation, I've got no problems with it, okay? I am not going to pay out the ass for a copy of a game when it's not even going to go to the developer. And I can just fucking emulate it on a toaster. Most people would. They've shown biggest sellers. They made money hand over fist. Why they didn't bring it back to Switch makes no fucking sense. Well, you can play the games with a subscription, but it's a derpy list and you can only play them with a subscription. It's shit. But with Switch, I kind of understand. That is a new system. That is a system that is readily available. That's good. It is a system that is readily available. It is a system that is cheap. And most of the games for Switch are affordable. We haven't got to the point where it's like, oh, here's a $200 Switch game. So it's not like an older games. When a bunch of people pirate a new Switch game, they are directly hurting Nintendo's bottom line. When there's an affordable legal way to play it, that is what I have a problem with. And I can understand that because I think Nintendo said something like over 3 million people downloaded ROMs for Tears of the Kingdom that didn't buy it. That's a lot of fucking money lost. I mean, overall, it's not like it killed them. They sold over 20 million copies, at least, of Tears of the Kingdom. Made a huge profit, but still, that's a lot of fucking revenue that they lost. People were fucking emulating Metroid Dread when it came out. And people were like, we never get people were like, we never get 2D Metroids anymore. Well, with you pirating it on day one, I fucking wonder why. Like, so, I don't even like Nintendo, their policies. Obviously, I love their games. I'm a huge Zelda fan. Fucking diehard Zelda fan. And Mario, but, I can't condone the modern emulation. So, I can only speak for myself, man. I can only really give it to you my perspective, but from my perspective, anything up to Wii U is cool. Okay? Everything from NES to Wii U is fair game. They're dead systems. Nintendo no longer has anything to do with them, and any games that you did buy for those systems would not go to Nintendo. So, NES to Wii U, totally okay to emulate. Because there's no affordable way to get these games. You shouldn't have to pay hundreds of dollars. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't have to pay hundreds of dollars to get a single game from 20 years ago. That's not even rare. And Nintendo's not going to see any money, so that's totally fine. Switch emulation, though, I totally get why Nintendo has a problem with that. So I get that. And like I said, if Yuzu hadn't have put the Patreon shit, they probably would still be operating right now. So that's kind of their own mess up. Like, anybody could have told them that was a mistake. And I don't even agree with it on principle. The whole point of emulation is allowing people to play games they wouldn't be able to play ordinarily and find available cheaply. So when you have a Patreon and you're locking shit behind it, it's kind of unethical. And at that point, you are profiting. The thing about most emulation sites, Cool ROMs, CD Romance, is that they are not personally profiting. They put those ROMs out of love. It's like, hey, I love this game. I want people to be able to play this game. This game is not affordable. Put up the ROM. Now everybody can play this game. But when you start charging for it, you are making money off of somebody else's work, and that's not very cool to me. And anybody and their mother could have told them that charging money for the emulator was a bad idea. Like, it did not take a rocket scientist to understand Nintendo and how they pursue stuff. So they kind of dug their own grave. It's kind of hard for me to feel bad for them when, like, anybody could have told you, don't do that. Yeah. I hate the way Nintendo treats their fans. But in this situation, I have to side with Nintendo. I honestly think they're in the right here. And I never thought I would be siding with Nintendo in any situation, so that shows you how badly they messed up. When Nintendo's the good guy, you have gone wrong. You have made a mistake somewhere along the way. You need to rethink your choices. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that Series X, Microsoft, is without a doubt leading the industry on backwards compatibility. I think their backwards compatibility is amazing. You can play a bunch of original Xbox games. You can play hundreds, over 600 360 games. And you can play every Xbox One game on Series X. And not only can you play them up to what they were, most of them run and look significantly better. So you're not just like emulating them at the same as they would have. You are literally playing them better. They have 360 games that you can play at 4K, like you're talking about Ninja Gaiden 2. They enhanced Ninja Gaiden 2 for Series X. So if you play Ninja Gaiden 2 on 360, it was 720p with frame rate drops and heavy crowds. If you play Ninja Gaiden 2 on Series X, runs it at a native 4K, lock 60. So it's literally running it way better than the original game at like 10 times the resolution. And if you play any original Xbox game on Series X, it runs it at like 1800p. It's not a full 4K because they have like a 9 times upscaler. So whatever the original pixels were, it upscales it 3 ways in each axis, for, 3, 6, 9. But you're still going from 480p to like 1800p. They've added HDR to Xbox games that were around before HDR existed. In a lot of those games, they've added FPS boost, double the frame rate. There's all these games that didn't get a next-gen upgrade because they were old or because they were just didn't have the resources. But all these older games got FPS boost running at 60 frames a second. Amazing. Without a doubt, Xbox has the best backwards compatibility ever. I think in history. I don't think any console has ever had the kind of backwards compatibility that Series X has, with as many generations and as flawlessly as runs. And Nintendo and Sony aren't even close. I mean, PS4 backwards compatibility is good, but it still doesn't hold a candle to Xbox. It doesn't have the double frame rate, doesn't have the auto HDR, doesn't have the quick resume, doesn't have the FPS boost, the res boost that they put on the games. It's, Microsoft, and that was actually the reason. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Just so you know. It's coming. It's already been leaked. Okay? People data mined the Metal Gear website and found, yes. People data mined the Metal Gear Master Collection website, and they found data for Volume 2, and then they found data for Metal Gear Solid 4, Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and the Phantom Pain. And those are not all that's going to be on there. That's what they can find proof for. So at the bare minimum, we have proof that Volume 2 will include at least Peace Walker, 4, and 5. And, 5 will obviously be remastered. It's not, people are like, why would they include 5? Because it'll be a native PS5 version of 5. It's going to look and run a lot better. It won't just be the PS4 version of the Phantom Pain. So it'll probably be the maxed out PC version with all the... Oh, God. It did, but I don't care. Dude, the Phantom Pain is amazing. The Phantom Pain is up there on my all-time greatest games ever made list. It has been almost 9 years since the Phantom Pain launched, and there has not been one stealth game that has surpassed its gameplay. Not one. Not even come close. In almost a decade, it is the reigning champ of stealth gameplay. I mean, I literally just went and beat through Metal Gear Solid on the Master Collection. So... But dude, if we start talking about Metal Gear, I'll be here all day. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. Oh, it really was. No, I agree. He does, yeah, he restored your memory card. That was super innovative. And I have every single major MGS game. I have the Master Collection Volume 1. I have Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3. I have my PS3 still. I have Portable Ops on PSP that I play on my Vita. And I have Peace Walker on 360 because it's backwards compatible for Xbox One and Series X. So I have every major Metal Gear game. I wasn't really... I mean... You know, it really just depends. Because, okay, I have to say, I don't care if it's an unpopular opinion. I actually like David... what am I saying? Okay. I actually like Kiefer Sutherland as Big Boss. I think he did a great job. And on top of which, Metal Gear Solid 4 already had a different voice actor voicing Big Boss. I mean, obviously, David Hayter voiced Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 3, but Richard, what was his name? Fuck. I can't even remember his name. But he was the same guy who played the Fury in Metal Gear Solid 3, played the voice of Big Boss in 4. So 4 already set the precedent of having a different voice actor for Big Boss. And on top of that, the main reason why David Hayter was replaced is because Metal Gear Solid 5 was the first Metal Gear game to use extensive facial capture. Okay? So, David Hayter has the voice, and he does great. He does not look like a Big Boss. And they would have had significant trouble adapting his face and his animations. Kiefer Sutherland literally looked like Big Boss, and that's why they picked him. It wasn't like they weren't trying to screw over David Hayter. They just were trying to find an actor whose face... No. Kojima made that decision to go with Kiefer. And like I said, Metal Gear Solid 5 was the first Metal Gear game to use facial capture. So they wanted to get actors that looked closer to who they were playing. Otherwise, they would have to do way more work to make somebody else's facial animations match on another rig. So, like Troy Baker, he plays Ocelot. You can see parts of his face in Ocelot's face, and they chose Troy Baker because he looked closer to a young Ocelot. So they didn't, it's great, yeah. I never got to play PT, unfortunately. I didn't have a PS4 at that time. I got a PS4 right after they took it down. One of these days I'll play through it. I'll find a way, but, so, they didn't do it to screw over David Hayter. They didn't do it for no reason. They literally did it because they wanted an actor who looked like Big Boss, and Kiefer Sutherland looked like Big Boss, and in fact, Kiefer Sutherland was almost the exact age that Big Boss is in Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm sorry. So not only did he look like him, he matched the age. So that's why they chose him. You know? Like, it wasn't due to fuckery. Like, they weren't trying to hurt David Hayter. He doesn't look like Big Boss in the face. And that's another rumor that people spread around. They act like he just did it just because for no reason. Like they had a valid reason. So, alright, just give me a second. I'm going to take a very short break and switch games. I need to play something else. I'm just not feeling into this right now. I'll be right back because I should be gone in 5 minutes.